Hi guys, so I'm back with another little clip of Danny Boy. You know, I'm really starting to realise that breastfeeding Danny is coming close to an end now. I mean, he's going to be 2 in April, so just a couple of months he's going to be 2. And although I'm not planning on stopping breastfeeding him just because he's turning 2 or anything like that, but you know, he's getting a big boy now, and soon he's not going to need, he's not going to need the breast milk soon. And so, when that happens, and he's more independent, and he's already pretty independent as he is, but when he doesn't need breast milk anymore, or when he's not wanting it anymore, he might even self-wean. That time, sorry, the sun is right in my eyes. I'll try and move position. When that time comes, which could be quite soon, he's my last one. He's my little baby, and he's going to be done breastfeeding, and it makes me sad. It makes me really sad that this could be the last, few months or the last year or whatever that he's breastfeeding. I mean, I have breastfed, right? This is an amazing fact for you guys. I have breastfed for a total of over 3.5 years. Actually, not quite 3.5 years I've breastfed for. How insane is that? That is a long time. Because I started breastfeeding Christina in September of 2010. And I've been breastfeeding non-stop ever since. Because Christina was born on the 19th of September 2010. And that's when I started breastfeeding. And then I conceived Danny, and so I breastfed Christina throughout the entire pregnancy. And then, so I was breastfeeding whilst pregnant. And then, obviously, Danny was born in April of 2012. So, then I tandem breastfed Christina and Danny. And now, I have, so he's getting his hair off because he wants to move his head around. So now I have been breastfeeding Danny, and he's nearly 2. So basically, Christina's going to be 3.5 in a few months' time. She's 3 years and 2 months, I think it is. So in 3 months' time, she's going to be 3.5. And basically, that is the amount of time I've been breastfeeding for, 3.5 years. And in that time, I've breastfed whilst pregnant and tandem breastfed 2 babies at the same time. So, and Christina, she still, occasionally nurses at bedtime, and, or if she's ill. So basically, I'm kind of still breastfeeding a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So that is pretty insane. I never thought that... What are you doing? You trying to look out the window? We're sat in my car at the moment. The older kids are at the park with my brother, and Danny was asleep, so he's having a booby, and then I realised that he didn't actually have any shoes with him, because Danny always kicks his shoes off, wherever, he even keeps taking his socks off as well. So that's a real pain in the butt. But in this kind of weather, I'm not going to really let him outside without any shoes on. In the summer, it doesn't matter. You can just run around with socks or even barefoot. But in the winter in England, even especially at the park, there's going to be mud, and the ground's damp or soggy because it's been raining today. So he's going to have to stay in the car. And my wrap still hasn't arrived. I don't know if I told you in one of my older videos that I can't find my baby sling, my wrap. that I normally carry my babies in, because I haven't used it for a really long time. And recently Danny's been like really, really clingy and wanting to breastfeed all the time and wanting to just be held all the time. So I went to find my sling, my baby carrier, and I cannot find it anywhere. So I've purchased another one, just a really cheap one off eBay. So hopefully that's going to arrive soon, and that's going to make my life a little bit easier, because then you see, in situations like now where Danny has no shoes on, I could like put him in the baby sling and carry him around. But you know, my back's been playing up lately. I've been sleeping in a dodgy position, I think. I've been waking up in the mornings like my back's been locked, so I'm trying not to do a whole lot of carrying Danny around and like lifting him around at the moment. So until my wrap arrives, I'm not going to carry him around. I'm going to stay here in the warmth. It's like really cold outside as well, so anyway, it's good for the older ones to run off some steam, and in the meantime me and Danny get to have some really nice quiet time with this crazy hair. Yeah, some quiet time for just me and the baby, because it doesn't happen a lot when you've got 4 kids, you know, and you get time with like just one of them. I do like to try and make the most of having that quality time with that one child whilst the other ones are out of the way. So, you watch your brothers and sisters. You can't really see them very well from here. You can see the outside. Is that nice, Bitchy? Danny? Yes, I mean, I just think that's absolutely insane. Like, when I think about it, like the fact that I'm breastfeeding a nearly 3.5-year-old, I'm breastfeeding a nearly 2-year-old, you know, I'm feeding like 2 at the same time, you know. I mean, it still happens. Like, some days when it's like duvet days, if I'm ill or one of the kids are ill, if we're all ill or something's going on, and we're all snuggling up watching a film, like, if like he's having Bitchy and then Christina comes up and asks for some, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, I still do like tandem breastfeed both the kids at the same time, and I really want to get some footage of it, because, you know, it's not the kind of thing you think, oh, I'll quickly grab a camera and start recording me breastfeeding 2 babies, you know, because I don't do it to like get attention. I don't do it to make a big deal out of it, because it is so natural to me. It's just something that happens that, you know, I don't remember to get a camera. But my husband said to me the other day, so he was like, babe, if you don't record it, he was like, you're not going to have any of these memories, you know, these precious memories when you've stopped, because like this is just a short time of my life. I know it sounds like a long time to say 3.5 years, but like it's just a moment in time. You know, my kids are going to be like teenagers before I can even blink, you know, and these times, these precious moments will be gone forever. You know, I lost so much footage on my last account. I don't have any videos or pictures really of me feeding my 2 babies. So like I really want to like start making more videos breastfeeding, and like, you know, share them with you guys, because this is what it is all about, isn't it? I mean, we talk about breast is best, and, you know, everyone's saying how wonderful breastfeeding is, but when it comes to extended breastfeeding, it's just not something that you actually really see very often. And if you do, it tends to be like people think you're a bit fanatical or a bit weird, you know, you're an extreme person for doing it, when in all reality this is happening a lot more now these days, but women are not showing it. And this is what I want to do, is to show you guys that this is the kind of thing. There are millions of mothers all around the world, you know, all sat in their cars having to feed their kid, you know, all like you know, feeding all their kids on the sofa whilst watching a movie. You know, this is real mothering lifestyle. And you know, I wish that more mothers on YouTube would make these kind of videos, because I really feel like, to a degree, we're the minority. And we're actually, what's annoying me, right, what I seem to see is that a lot of these breastfeeding mothers in the whole YouTube community are so saying, you've got to breastfeed, and if you don't, you're kind of looked down on because you're not as good as the other mothers, because you didn't breastfeed, and you didn't wear your babies, and you didn't cloth diaper, and you didn't, you know, extended rear facing, and all this stuff. Right? It seems to be this whole, like, you know, fashion to be this kind of parent. But when you have the reality of it, parents like me who put it on YouTube, public breastfeeding, public extended breastfeeding, public tandem feeding and stuff like that, right? And we actually show this stuff, showing how to hand express, showing how to breast pump, right? And we're actually daring to like put our breasts on the internet. I feel like there's only a couple of women that are doing this, and those of us that are, we're kind of being looked down on by the rest of the community. And that I find frustrating, because it's like, you're saying on one hand you agree with it, but then when it's really happening, you're kind of like all getting into a little clique and being like, oh, she's showing this on YouTube, she's showing that on YouTube, and it's like, you've got to make up your mind. You know, do you agree with this kind of parenting lifestyle, or do you not? And if you do, support other women. We should stick together and support each other, not look down on each other. You know, okay, I might not make all the same choices that you agree with, and you certainly don't make all the choices that I agree with. But, you know, we should support each other, that we're all parents, we're all doing this, which is an amazing thing for our kids. Come on, guys. You know, big yourself up. If you're a breastfeeding mum, right, you are doing something amazing here. You know, you're giving your kid all the comfort, the nutrients, there's never going to be a formula that they can make that is as good as breast milk, you know, right? And it is an achievement to be able to do it, because in the face of modern society, it's just not happening. And, so, like, I really feel like women should be supporting one another and not discriminating against each other or looking down on each other. And Danny has decided that he's had enough now. Danny, say hi. Say hi. Anyway, guys, I've had my little, like, rant. My little ranty thing on extended breastfeeding. You're so cute, Danny. Yeah, guys, so yeah, that's my little topic for today, and I hope that you, can relate to what I'm saying. And I do really encourage all you mums out there. I think you're all amazing. And the mums that can do, like, cloth diapering and stuff like that, you're fantastic, because I can't do it. And, you know, I certainly can't, be the best mum, in the world. But, we can all do our best, and that is, amazing that we can do that. And, yeah, but I'm inspired by, you mums out there that are doing all these things. Instead of looking down on me for, like, doing things that you don't like, I'm inspired by you guys. Surely you can find inspiration in something that I do. Rather than looking for the bad things and the negatives, find inspiration, because, I could watch your YouTube channels and look down on you for things, but I don't. I'm inspired by you. I respect you guys. And I really think that that's what all mums should be doing, is supporting each other. Daniel's meddling with my buttons on my dashboard now. Danny, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. See you later.